I'm going to teach you in this video the most natural way to release the golf club. What I'm going to teach you is going to give you more power and more accuracy, and this is what we see the best players in the world do. Unfortunately, amateurs don't make this same move, and they're missing one key piece of information. I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to give you some really simple drills that you can practice it and take this into your game. I've got an alignment stick down here on the ground. I've got a golf ball teed up. Let's take my setup. Now, setup and delivery are very, very different. I want you to pay close attention to the grip end of my golf club. So it's this end here. This will be where my setup is, and we can sort of mark or reference that. Now, when we look at great players, as they're at delivery, which is when the club shaft is kind of level with the ground, just pre-impact, they are in this position. Watch what happens to this grip. Notice how it moved further away from me. As I look down, from my viewpoint, my hand looks pretty much above that alignment stick. It didn't look like that at setup. It looked like my hand was almost between my heels. So when I went from setup to delivery, the grip moved away from me. This is what we see from great players. Now, there's a reason why that happens. It's very natural. So if you do this with me, it'll explain it to you. What have we got at delivery? Well, we've got wrist set or wrist cock, whichever term you want to use, and we've got our arms rotated to our trail side. So watch what happens when I introduce those two movements. When I set my wrists up, what does the grip do? Very little. I can keep it pretty much exactly in its position when I just work the wrists up. But when I rotate my arms away from me to my right, which is present in your delivery, that is what moves the grip further away from me. Now, the key thing to note here is look at where my trail elbow is relative to my hip. There's a bit of a gap here, and when we look from face on, it's kind of hiding my hip. So from here, could I turn through? Could I hit the golf ball with some shaft lean, de-lofting the club, attack angle down? Yes, I can. I can do all of those things. Here's what so many golfers get wrong. What they will do is they will work the club up, but when a pro has delivery, watch where my trail elbow goes. So that's this elbow here. Watch where it goes when I get it to my good delivery. Didn't move, did it? It stayed in its position. My left arm worked out and over my trail. What so many golfers will do is they will have this, but they will actually rotate. And watch my trail elbow now. It's moved back. So now the grip is pretty much the same distance away from me that it was at setup, but my trail elbow had to pull back behind me in order to do that. So now where is my elbow relative to me? It's stuck to my side. It's not in front of my hip. So from here, can I now get shaft lean? I can't, because my elbow is blocked by my sort of right hip and right side. So as I start to turn, I can't move my elbow in front of me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do this. So when we look at what great players do, look at where my club is here. Look at where it is at delivery. Much further away from me. Elbow is in front. That's the position that I want. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, hang on, Chris, I'm going to shank it. If you're telling me that my hands need to move away from me in the downswing, I'm going to shank it. You won't shank it. Trust me, I've got a little drill in a minute which you can do. But ultimately, the reason you're not going to shank it is because through impact, when you look at great players, they do something that we call exit left. So what happens is the grip end of the club goes up and towards them as the club head is going down and out to the golf ball. They've got this movement happening here. So what I'd love you to do is I would love you to try this exercise. You're going to go wrist set, arms rotate, hand has gone away. Then you're going to slide your trail hand onto the metal. And then from here, you're not going to be able to reach the ball, but you're just going to work the club head to the ball. It's obviously going to be above it. And you're going to swap the hands over. You're going to pull the left towards you, right to the ball. And it's almost like this scissor action that you're creating where the grip is coming up and into me, club is going down and out. This little scissor action is what the best players in the world are doing. Notice how to support that movement. What's my body doing? It's starting to post, it's starting to extend, it's allowing me to move out the way. If I don't do that with my body, my left arm is going to sort of buckle this way. So I'd love you to try that. You're going to go up, hands go out, split the grip, scissor action. Pull the grip up, fire the club head down. Then what we can do, take something like a towel, roll it up, place it just outside of the ball to the point where the toe of the club, pretty damn close to that towel. Now what we can do is we can use our alignment stick, it's a little bit too far away from me now, which is pretty much halfway between my toes and the ball. I can go up to the top. When I work down to my delivery, I'm going trail elbow in front of hip. Hands, from my viewpoint, are over the alignment stick. This is the delivery. This is the key position that the great players achieve. They're not here, they're here. Then what do? We pull the grip back in towards your lead thigh as the club head goes down towards the golf ball. And you will see that you will not shank it. You might fat it like I did there, but it wasn't a shank. I hit the ground before the ball, but it wasn't a shank because the grip is moving up and in as the club is moving down and out. That is what the best players in the world are doing. You watch how the golf club is moving through impact, grip moving in, club moving out. You look at your swing, you might see this. You might see here, stuck, and what does the grip do through impact? Often moves away from you because you're stuck and you're flipping and you've got this movement going on. Very difficult to control the face. The movement I'm teaching you is great to control the face. Let me do that drill again and hopefully not fat it this time. Up, hands out, elbows in front. Then I can rehearse it a couple of times, and that was a much, much better shot. What it's going to do is it's going to create more speed. It's going to allow me to get the shaft forward because my elbow's in front, and it's going to allow me to stabilize the face. If you don't have that delivery, your face is often flipping through the impact area. So by sticking something like a towel down outside, we start to get that feedback and we start to sort of prove that it's not necessarily going to hit the heel, even though it might feel like it will, provided we are from here working on that scissor action, grip in, club head down, we're never going to hit that towel.